Here I am, back again. We talked to Zevran, started banging him, made him really uncomfortable by bringing up the subject of feelings, and now you're gonna go talk to Liliana.
Alistair is quite fond of you, isn't he?
We're all fond of each other.
I like Alistair. I don't know if there's anyone who doesn't, but I was wondering if there was something more between you two.
I think so. I do like him.
Oh, I see. Well, he's a very nice boy, no? If you hadn't made your move, perhaps I would have.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm happy for the both of you, and especially for him. He couldn't have found a better companion.
She apparently thinks Alistair is hot, and I had totally forgotten that one. I think you can actually have a threesome with her and Alistair at some point if you finagle it right. I forget how that happens, though.
I happened to be speaking with Zevran yesterday. He tells me you two have been intimate. I don't know what to think. I didn't realize you were at all attracted to him. I thought we...
Seemed like it would be a pleasant diversion.
A diversion? That's all? Is this how you treat people? As playthings?
You were a spy. You've done the same.
What I've done has nothing to do with this. Why do I always get myself into these conversations?
She does not approve of casual sex, apparently.
Looking for little old me?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Oh god, I don't want to hear more of your tales. Fuck's sake, no. Let's talk to Sten!
You called.
I wanted to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
You said something earlier about mages?
We have no mages such as you do. We have beasts in the shape of men who perform tricks.
Beasts can't do magic.
Some men act the part of beasts.
Yeah, you have. Mages are perfectly civilized people. Don't you think that view's a little harsh?
As a fish stranded by the tide knows the air, or a drowning man knows the sea, so does a mage know magic.
Knowledge is not as deadly as ignorance.
Knowledge is one half of wisdom, but there are many things that can only be known too late. Arshera, are we going to fight the Darkspawn, or chatter until they grow bored and leave?
I had another question, so
Very
yes,
well.
we are going to do that. What do you mean, mages are beasts?
I misspoke. They are not beasts. Beasts learn eventually.
Wow. What's so terrible about magic?
Mages? Is there some reason you insist upon discussing this?
It's a subject of concern to me.
You live in this world just as I do. You already know what magic is.
What is that supposed to mean?
I know nothing of mages themselves, only their actions. There is no use talking of this. We should move on.
But he disapproves. I have another question.
Very well.
Mages aren't as dangerous as you say.
Clearly your chantry agrees.
Chantry still thinks magic is useful. Not all mages turn to blood magic.
My people have a tale. An Ashkari walked among the fields once, observing the laborers at work.
Ashkari is
Flax
child.
bloomed all around him, the color of still water. The air rippled like a curtain. As he stopped to examine a blossom, a bee stung him on the hand. The Ashkari turned to a laborer for aid and noticed for the first time the heavy gloves and coat she wore. As she tended to him, the Ashkari asked them why she was dressed so in such stifling heat. "To avoid your fate," she replied. "But there are many thousands of bees here," the Ashkari said to her, "and only one stung me. Surely your caution is unwarranted." The stinger is always a surprise, agreed the laborer. But so is the bee that simply passes one by.
But bees don't know the consequences like mages do.
It costs a bee its life to sting a man. What does it cost a mage? We should not linger here.
I had another question.
Very well.
We're just harassing poor Sten.
Then I suggest we move on. As you wish.
He approves. He really likes it if you hold to your beliefs. The more he can sway you and sees you be pushed around, even by him, the less he approves of you.
You called.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden very
To
strange?
put it lightly, no one has a place here.
Didn't we already
The
have this
farmers wish to be
conversation?
merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Yeah, we already had this conversation.
Very well.
Let's go.
As you wish.
Alright, let's go talk to Morgan. Do.
I await your command.
I'd like to ask you something personal.
We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Mind. Okay, she doesn't have anything new to say yet. Okay. Who else is there? Oh, there's Win. Haven't talked to Win yet.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Yeah, you should get some rest.
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
There's still some life in those old bones, I bet.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time. But there is always something else to do.
Good thing you only look about
And I
47.
have to keep going in order to do it.
If
I
that.
think I will be glad when I am done.
I'm sure you'll be kicking around for years yet.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't.
Win is tough to get approval from. I forget how you get high enough approval with her. I think it may actually be too late in the game to get her personal quest, which is unfortunate.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Well, there was Connor.
Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
Seeing the monster that you could be is unsettling, yes.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back. Or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
One retains one's humanity when it's not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
You find out later why she is following that line of thought.
So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
I was tainted and only the joining could save me.
Then you became a Grey Warden out of necessity. But Duncan must also have seen something special in you. The Order does not take in recruits just to save their life. You must be proud to be able to represent your tribe and the Dalish as a Grey Warden.
Keeper forced me I was honored to be chosen by Duncan. I guess that's the closest to our
Sometimes
character.
it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
It's a shitty way of looking at it. I mean, if it's meant to be, then all those other fuckers were just meant to die. Sucks to be them.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
Suppose it's about killing as many Darkspawn as possible.
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
You mean to say I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men. And you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I'm not guarding my men, I'm fucking them. I'll keep that in mind.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
Many kings are tyrants. I don't want power, I've never wanted it.
If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
She is a little tedious. I like Wynn as a character, but yeah. She's very obviously accustomed to being the front of a classroom.
You're quite taken with each other, aren't you?
You know about Alistair and me?
It's hard not to notice the doe-eyed looks he gives you, especially when he thinks no one's watching. It's almost too sweet for my tastes, and I'm an old lady who should be making lace hearts and fuzzy blankets with animal motifs.
You're not like the average old lady.
No, I won't be making socks with pom-poms for you anytime soon. But that's hardly my point. I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going. Alistair is a fine lad, skilled in battle, but quite inexperienced when it comes to affairs of the heart. I would hate to see him get hurt.
Are you saying I might hurt Alistair? What about me? Not worried about me getting hurt?
I am worried about you both. There is great potential for tragedy here. Love is ultimately selfish. It demands that one be devoted to a single person who may fully occupy one's mind and heart to the exclusion of all else.
Way to be
A
monogamous.
Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do?
You're making this sound more dire than, What am I supposed to do? Tell Alistair to go away?
You may have to save one or both of you unnecessary anguish later on.
Dude, your trauma isn't everybody's trauma, Win. Sheesh. Find out more about why she pursues this particular line of conversation later, too. So I should inflict pain now to avoid it later? Great logic.
I have given my advice. Do with it what you will.
I'll talk to you some more,
Is
though.
there something you need?
So why didn't you want to stay at the tower?
The circle is in good hands. Irving knows what to do, and he doesn't need me underfoot. For now, I will support those that battle the Darkspawn. I do feel I left things unfinished in Ostagar. There is so much left to do, and I would be part of it.
But you left the children.
Yes, I did leave them. But if the Blight is not stopped, all of them will face suffering greater than what was seen in the tower. The Grey Wardens, all 2 of you, need all the help you can get. I
Yeah,
will
fair
see
enough.
this through to the bitter end, and after that, if I am still left standing, then I will return to the Circle.
I'm sure you'll be able to return if you so choose. Just wanted to make sure you really wanted this.
No, of course I don't. I'm old and unsure of what I'm doing. Actually, I'd rather be in a warm chair in the sun, being served pudding or some other easily digestible food.
Well, that can be arranged.
Well, get on it then, and make sure there's a blanket in my chair, and that it's soft, and that the pudding doesn't have cream on it. Cream gives me gas.
Thanks, Win.
Is there something you need?
Like to ask you about Circle.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
What was life like in the tower?
I would be lying if I said it was easy. First, there were rules, and we were constantly watched to make sure we behaved appropriately.
Awkward.
Then there was the study of magic. We had to cast the spells just so, control the effects completely. A single word spoken incorrectly, a gesture out of sync, and lack of focus. And we needed to have perfect focus, or we would be in danger.
She is way more uptight about this than pretty much any other mage in the series, I think. I don't think that's actually true. Sounds danger from what?
From Fade spirits. If we were careless, they would enter our minds, and we would become abominations. Without the Circle and my mentors, I would not have been where I am today. And there was joy in life at the Circle. The joys of fellowship, in knowing that you were not alone in your struggles. In spite of everything, I was happy in the tower, and I loved it.
How did you become a mage?
People don't become mages. They are born mages.
Duh, this
The
is badly
talent
written.
just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the Circle.
Yeah.
I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then.
So what about your family?
I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me.
What a
And I
dickweed.
don't know how it happened, but one day, he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
Serves him right.
He ran screaming, dripping head and all, to his mother. I was shut up in the barn with a bowl of water and a crust of hard bread.
Yikes.
The Templars arrived several mornings later.
Shit. Were the Templars mean to you?
One of them ignored me, but the other was kind to me. He gave me sweets and even sat me on his shoulders once when I wanted to look over a high wall that ran along the road. I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home.
Little did you know, it's just a prettied up prison.
Prison. You could see it that way. But those walls are there to keep non-mages out as much as to keep mages in. I learned very quickly that for every apprentice in the tower, there was probably one who never even lived to see the Templars come. No child, not even a mage child, is a match for an angry mob trying to place blame for a failed crop, a hard winter, a baby born dead.
These people should know better.
Superstition and fear is what makes these people behave in this manner. It will be a good long time before that changes. Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the Circle.
Nothing else I want to discuss. Oh God, Win. She's cool and all, but yeah. Shell! I've so many feelings about Shale. I just love Shale.
It speaks.
I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
You don't seem to like humans much.
That is true. I do not. I'm not interested in getting into a discussion on the subject, however. Ask another time. If it is done asking overly obvious questions, let us find some humans to throw off a cliff or something.
Well, there we have it. Alright, Alistair it is!
Your desire is my command.
Oh my.
Of course,
Tell me about the Grey Wardens.
such as they are.
Oh.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. Your desire is my command.
Never mind. Okay, well, we are done having conversations with people. Oh, we'll talk to this guy, though.
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden,
Tranquil.
as do the Templars of the Chantry.
Do you need anything?
There are always areas to improve on, Grey Warden. The most useful for my talents are runes.
Alright. Alright, now we'll get shit out of the storage chest. Oi, oi, oi. I forget what the fuck even is the correct gifts to give to Win. I really, really forget. Alright. Now we are gonna just see what in the fuck is best for her. I think somebody has 38 strength at this point. No, I don't think they do, maybe. Oh. That's right, we still haven't unlocked Arcane Warrior yet, have we? No, we did, because that was in the Elven Ruin. Fuck, I don't know. Can't remember. No, nobody has that much yet. Okay, we're just gonna put that away. Okay, yeah, these things can just chill in there for a while. Alright, now we gotta get everybody leveled up. Oh god. So much leveling up to do. Why you gotta be— oh, he does have that much strength. Sweet, I can put him in the plate mail. No, he already has— I don't know. Okay, no, never mind. I'm actually gonna do this off screen so y'all don't have to deal with this. 'Cause this is boring as shit. So I'm just gonna put all of this back in here and we will deal with it later. No, wait. Some of this is probably better than what we have on right now. And that's very low level. Fine, as I just waste time like going back and forth and being like, I don't know what I want. I'm so good at this, you guys. I'm so good at this. Okay, fine, fine. I'm just gonna cut the video here and do it off screen.